As part of Wexford Local Authority's disability strategy and to ensure accessibility within our communities, this video will inform and show examples of good practice for accessibility within our streetscapes, gardens and parks. Firstly, when we talk about disabilities, it's not just about physical disabilities. It covers a wider range of issues such as sensory, mobility, intellectual and mental health issues. A disability is also something that can be acquired through illness or injury for a long or short period of time. So therefore it's fair to say that everyone's level of ability within their lifetime will vary. In the 2006 census, 9.6% of the total population of the South East were classified as having one or more disabilities. The objective of this video is to inform and assist community groups, residents association, tidy town groups, volunteers and those working in an environmental setting to ensure their efforts result in an environment which is accessible for all. Through planning and foresight, we can ensure our physical environment is one which provides an oasis for everyone at all times, one which allows everybody, regardless of their level of ability, to fully participate and enjoy. It is hoped that this video will stimulate the imagination and inform of the many possibilities which we as leaders within the community can use to make a difference. Part 1 of this video will highlight a number of key elements to consider to ensure access: space, choice of material, choice of planting, features, signage and maintenance issues. Consideration of all of these key elements will ensure accessibility of your park, garden or streetscape. In order to take account of the different number of mobility aids such as crutches, walking aids, wheelchairs and indeed to ensure the ease of access and movement for families pushing buggies and with young children, a clear space of 1200 millimetres is recommended for paths and walkways. Footpaths and walkways should be firm, smooth, even and have a slip-resistant matte surface. The use of curbing enhances the clear lines of a walkway, while also assisting people who are visually impaired as a tapping edge. There are many ways of achieving this effect, including the use of low-rise hedging, which can be very effective. The use of flagstones, cobble paving, tar and cement is recommended for walkways versus the use of loose stones and grass, which are very difficult to push on and can be restricted for wheelchair users, mobility aids, children's buggies, especially in wet weather conditions. The choice of paving materials in an area can also be used to highlight and enhance different aspects and spaces. There are many considerations to take into account when planning a planting scheme to ensure maximum enjoyment, appreciation and interaction within a park, garden or streetscape. Simple, bold colour contrast creates an exciting visual effect to any planting arrangement and is readily identifiable by people with impaired vision. To incorporate the use of plants for their scent, taste, touch and sound can enhance the enjoyment and interest of visitors, including the wildlife. Planting of tall leafy plants and grasses adds sound effect. The rustle of grasses, for example, the introduction of a water feature for sound and visual effects, or possibly a space for sensory garden, will add to the experience of everybody. The most fundamental requirement for signage is to provide people with information about the facility, such as opening or closing times as relevant. Signage should be clearly distinguishable from its background, with lettering raised, engraved and have a good colour contrast. Directional signage to different aspects of the site and information on plants are all areas to be considered for signage. Information maps are excellent for larger areas and can give information in various forms through the use of colour coding sections, pictorial and tactile formatting. The position and location of signage also needs careful consideration to ensure its effectiveness. There are many facilities which can enhance and ensure the enjoyment of a park or garden, such as different water features, sculptures, wall features and plaques. Good lighting is essential for the perception of space and colour and as an aid for directional routes. Seating provided should be in sun and shaded areas at various stages along routes. A mixture of seating should be provided. Seats with armrests can assist people to rise and lower themselves into and out of a seat. High-backed chairs offer more support. Seating and picnic tables should be placed on a firm surface and allow for a wheelchair user to park at the side of each. Interactive play, the design and size of which will allow everyone to participate. The following from Delta Sensory Gardens in Carlow shows how features can be incorporated to maximise access, enjoyment and participation by all.
And here in the centre we have this magnificent kugel, it's called, and it is a solid ton of marble which sits on a cushion of water, which makes it very easy to turn, and it's very sensory for people to come over to use. It's lovely. The pink hues are especially nice when the sun is shining because it reflects all around it, and we've surrounded it by recycled glass.
Maintenance of the space is required to ensure safety for all users. Pathways should be cleared of leaves, reducing slip hazards. Edges of grass and planting to be kept clear and identified. Cut back low-lying shrubs so as not to impede on pathways and become a trip hazard. Overhanging vegetation to give clear headroom.